am I? What is the medicine of one? What is one? What is enlightenment? What is realization? What does it mean to abide in the self? What does it feel like? So over and over again, the questions are asked. Over and over. And different answers are given over and over. And sometimes people go to endless people for a different answer, waiting until exactly the right answer they think is going to give them the solution, and they're going to get it. And when they know what that I is, they will have arrived. Or how to arrive at it. Maybe that's the question. Abide in your I. Inquire, who is this I that has the questions? Who has all the questions? So all the questions, endless questions. Which rock is heavier than the other? Shall we weigh them and find out that this is 5.78 ounces and that this one is 4.9999 ounces? Is that what we mean by weight? Who am I? You feel it. You feel it. Just like the weight in my two hands feels different. Who am I? You feel it. That's what the whole thing of self-inquiry means. It means that you are inquiring. And that inquiring is an action of your mind, of your attention, backward, almost sighing out and resting in it. It's not tense, it's not active. But all the questions about, well, what does this feel like? How many holes does it have? What would happen if we cracked it open? What would it look like then? Rather than, what's the weight? Okay. And then you put it down. That's I. That's you feeling the I, in a sense. But you have to keep practicing over and over again, 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 over and over again. And then you are able to answer your own questions. Because the answer to all those questions, no matter how many different answers you get, will not tell you, who am I? And no matter how many people you ask, how heavy is this? And they each give you a slightly different answer, you won't know the heaviness of it unless you It's a oh. And when you feel that I, then you just try to stay there. Like holding that weight, okay? Like touching this center of you. That's what I would prefer to call presence rather than awareness, because it's here. It's immediate. It's the most immediate thing that is you. Your emotions come out of it, and your emotions are in a way back to it, as is your thinking a way back to it, all a way back to it. But all movements out of it and in it, that's the circle. That's the circle. So in a way, who am I? Well, it's the circle. Do you know what that means now? No. You have to sit here, or in a circle in your home. It doesn't matter. Creating a circle out on the land, it creates a sacred space. It gives a place, when I come here, that's what I'm going to do. That's what this place is about. And it may have a special energy to it, a feeling about it, that helps you sit here and go, and the weight could be the texture. But you don't go, let's see, it's got little pitted holes in it, and it's kind of rough but smooth. No, just, you're feeling it. You're feeling this presence of an I, and you let it be not located behind your eyes, not located here or here or here or here, but without location in a sense. Allow it to be everywhere. Don't try to make it everywhere, but allow. Allow. So at some point, all the questions, and not that many people are really interested in that ultimate question, actually. And to me, the medicine of one, you don't even have to be interested in that for that sense of you as the circle, as love, to help eliminate your suffering. But as a practice of being the circle to everything that moves, to being love to your emotions, you're journeying because you're feeling your emotions and giving them space, so you are, okay? And it leads you, it leads you, it leads you, it leads you through the feeling, to the I, that everything comes from and that everything moves in. But all the answers describing it, at some point you have to accept an answer, understand it, and know what you have to do. So an example of that would be, I accept that in this sort of metaphor, that's really what it is in a sense, but the circle is you in an open, relaxed, breathing, okay, because those here in this body are the beginning components of your being present. So I accept, I understand that the circle in which everything moves as a presence that's quiet is who I am. I don't know what that means though, but I accept that. Now, how do I do that? How do I do it? How do I do it? I go here, there, there. How do I do it? How do I do it? And then when you start thinking and go off, you're no longer sitting in it. And the more you do it, day after day, year after year, the more you are able to answer your own questions. So find one or two people who seem to embody and speak what resonates with your feeling of the truth. Believe it. You have to believe this one, unfortunately. You cannot believe everything else, but if you must believe it and earnestly follow it. And then eventually, once you answer your own questions, you don't need to believe anything anymore. You become the unbelievable. I have a video where I picked this rock up. I love this rock. Because even in its feeling, its form, its hardness, it answers this question of who am I? Even its feeling, its energy. So, that's how you do it. Not with this rock, but what's here right now? What when you point your finger? What are you pointing your finger at that's here? It's there when you're sleeping. It's there when you're awake. It's there when you're dreaming. It was there when you were before you were born, perhaps. And it is, in a way, like that, just the sun shining. Here-ness. So whether you call it I am, I, self, here, presence, awareness, it doesn't matter. What matters is if a particular way of describing it, of saying it, of teaching it, speaks to you and allows you to, then stay with that, as you should just. As I come here in this circle, and I keep my eyes open a lot when I do it. I don't always have to sit there with my eyes closed, like the only place it's located is when I close my eyes and it's inside. So I like to just sort of relax, sit around, and stay there. But I'm not involved. I'm not involved. I'm always, okay? But in a relaxed way. And then I just settle back into that. here, Biddy. Come here, girl. And I'm still there. I don't have to go away from it. I can share it as she shares her presence with me. So there's one without trying to make it so. So it's like beauty's a member of my circle, as is Hantayo. So these are movements in my circle. And as I sit back in that, that's one. That's self. That's me. That's I. That's simple.